Are you on Twitter? There's a possibility you are not, because so many conservatives have looked at the anti-conservative bias that Twitter has exhibited very clearly over the last couple of years, and they go, you know what, Twitter hates me. I'm not going to get on it. But you might want to change your mind if something happens, because yesterday on this show we announced that Elon Musk bought a little less than 10% of Twitter. And so now the question is, will Elon Musk make it more mainstream, more down the middle, less to the left?
Well, he tweeted out, he said, do you want an edit button? And then he attached yes or no, his own little survey here. And I would say conservatives would say no, we don't want edit buttons, we don't want to be censored. But Twitter is known for censoring certain stories, and they're known for shutting you down if you're a conservative. So I'm sure this really freaked Twitter out.
Well,
right?
the whole idea behind an edit button, and Jack Dorsey has said as recently as 2020, he said we'll never have that, is that if you do a tweet and you misspell something, you can't fix it.
Like on Instagram, you can edit your post after you post it.
But
yeah, on Twitter, it's done.
Twitter made very sure that you couldn't do that. In fact, the CEO, after he tweeted that out, said, he went on Twitter and he said, the consequences of this poll will be very important. Please vote carefully.
Would you remember that's exactly what Elon Musk said about a week ago when he tweeted, do you feel like this is a place where free speech is stifled? And it was a 70-30, 70% of people who answered his poll said that it was. And he said, please answer carefully. This poll is important. Turns out shortly after that, he went and bought the largest stake in Twitter.
He owns 9.2%. It's worth $3.5 billion now. And then Twitter stock surged 30% because of this. You know, he's an inventor, and he recognizes that free speech is under assault, and he put his money where his mouth is. And he has enough money to take over this platform if he wanted to. And I don't see him as someone who would want to censor. So I'm sure a lot of people are worried about this. But the question is, do you want these platforms that offer free speech? And even if that means it's speech you don't like. But he's been a patriot, don't you? I mean, he owns this electric car company. All the left should love him, and they don't, because he's actually producing something that they're in favor of, these electric cars, to get us away from oil and gas independence.
And where did he move?
Or dependency.
Where did he move the company? He moved it to Texas.
Texas, yep.
Right. But remember, he was so brave. He said that extraordinary times call for extraordinary measures. We need to be producing more oil and gas. Even though that's going to hurt his bottom line, he was a patriot, saying our gas prices have gone so high, people can't afford electric cars yet. We don't have enough of them yet. So in the meantime, we need to produce more oil and gas.
Well, he's been a critic of Joe Biden's. He moved to Texas because he does not like all the red tape of California and the high taxes, and there are no state taxes there as well. You know what? The reaction from Republicans was immediate. A number of Republicans, including Representative Lance Gooden, says he hopes Musk will protect free speech. He said the fact that the world's richest man chose to buy outright Twitter rather than develop a new platform shows Twitter's monopoly power. I'm glad Elon Musk is stepping up to protect free speech, but Congress must act to put the rest of big tech in their place. You know, he might be able to bring Twitter to the middle of the road, but what about the other stuff? What about Google? What about all that stuff?
Well, last night, Tucker made a point saying Elon Musk may have bought the largest share of Twitter, but he's also put a big old target on his back. And here's what Tucker said. Listen.
Let's be very clear. This is not a business transaction. It's much bigger than that. Elon Musk is a massive threat to the way things are. So, by definition, it will not be long before they are calling him a racist. You can mark your calendar. Tonight, there are Democratic operatives studying everything Elon Musk has ever said in public. They're preparing one of the nastiest campaigns of character assassination in memory. They have no choice but to do this. Restoring free speech to Twitter is the greatest possible threat to the people in charge. They have to control the information. If they don't, they fall.
It's a great point. It's not that Elon Musk is a conservative per se. It's that he's a free thinker.
Right.
And that's what used to be, Twitter used to be an open field of free thought.
Right.
And now the blue check marks like groupthink leftists police that thought, and the corporate types at Twitter have been happy to enforce it. They pushed off Donald Trump. They pushed off a lot of conservatives. If he were to open that up, it opens up the conversation in America. And even if you're not on Twitter, it means that conversation, at the very least, is more even-handed, which was the point to begin with.
Right. You know, there are a lot of observers in that space that say he's expected to use his block of shares to influence the company to a more open model with fewer content moderation measures. I think you, Pete, have been blocked by Twitter.
Yeah.
The former president of the United States, it looks like indefinitely blocked on Twitter. I think it was Kellyanne Conway. No, it was not. It was Monica Crowley yesterday who wondered, she's a former Treasury official, friend of this show. She wondered if Elon Musk would help unfreeze Donald Trump's account, given the fact that if you really want all the opinions out there, she argues, you probably should let the former president come back to Twitter.
We'll see. We'll see. It's very exciting, though, for people who are sick of all the censorship.
You're right, but the left has determined that speech is violence. You know, that's their argument on so many of these things. So if he attempted to bring Donald Trump back, which he should, the target gets even bigger on his back.
But imagine you work at Twitter, right? And you're a super lefty, and you wake up and Elon Musk now owns 4 times more stock than Jack Dorsey, who started the company. And you think, oh, he's going to put us more in the center. If you work at Twitter, what are you thinking today?
Well, it depends on, I guess, what your politics are.
You should be happy about it, but no, you're not.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.